welcome to a special broadcast on the second test match between India and England. The test of titans on DD India. After a crushing loss at Headingley, Indian team find themselves at a familiar crossroad. One win in their last 9 tests. It has a barren run we haven't seen in nearly a decade. Back then it was a phase of transition. Today it feels much same. Promising starts, dominant positions and yet string of missed opportunities.
Absolutely. Now comes Edgbaston, a venue where India have never won in 8 previous attempts. It was here in 2022 that England pulled off their highest ever chase, breaking Indian hearts with Root and Bairstow scoring centuries. And the same baseball blueprint continues to challenge the norms of Test cricket, and when conditions suit them, England are almost unstoppable.
And the second chapter of the 5-test saga unfolds at Edgbaston, and as the history tells us, this ground rewards the brave.
Absolutely. Stay with us for all the big questions, expert analysis and in-depth build-up right here on Test of Titans on DD India. So let's get started. All right, so toss has already happened, Narayan, and England, they have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first, and they had announced their team much before. They are going with the same playing 11, but there are 3 changes, Narayan, in the playing 11 of the Indian team. Washington, Sundar comes in, Akash Deep also comes in, and there is one more change. Reddy is also, Nitish Reddy is also part of the playing 11, but no Bumrah. So it's a big setback for the Indian team that Bumrah, because of the workload, is not part of the playing 11 at the Edgbaston. But yes, there are 3 changes in the playing 11 for the Edgbaston Test, Narayan.
So definitely Bumrah not being there, I think it's not up to the mark decision, considering the fact that India has already lost the first test match. So India heads into the second test against England at the Edgbaston with history stacked against them. 8 matches, 7 defeats and no wins. But under the young leadership of Shubman Gill, the team is looking like to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss at Leeds.
So India head into the second test against England at Edgbaston with history stacked against them. 8 matches, 7 defeats and no victories. But under the young leadership of Shubman Gill, the team is looking to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss at Leeds. A report.
Sometimes in cricket, as in life, even a sky full of centuries can't chase away the storm of missed chances. Team India, under the young leadership of Shubman Gill, now stares at a mountain they have never climbed before. A test win at Edgbaston, a venue that has troubled Indian cricket for decades. India has played 8 test matches here at Edgbaston. 7 times they have walked away and defeated. Just once, way back in 1986, they managed a draw against the England side. A win, still a dream, but this team has turned dreams into reality before on multiple occasions. In the first test at Leeds, India made history, not the kind they wanted. 5 centuries, yes, 5, and still they lost. Never before a team, after scoring that many hundreds, ended up on the losing side. Dropped catches, especially 4 by Yashasvi Jaiswal, allowed this England team to claw their way back in the match. Also, there is a growing support for wrist spinner Kuldeep Yadav to come into the playing 11. But India's assistant coach Ryan Dashkote dropped strong hints that Nitish, Kumar, Reddy and Washington Sundar have good chance of making the cut in the team. But he added that technically Bumrah is available and the management haven't made a decision whether he is going to play or not in the second test match. It will be decided in the last minute. Talking about the England side, they are going in with an unchanged squad. That means no Jofra Archer. He remains out due to some family emergency despite returning to squad after 4 long years. Expect the Edgbaston surface to live up to its reputation. Pace and bounce early, especially on day 1 and 2. If the sky remains overcast, the Duke's ball will dance. Seamers will rule the morning spells and top order batters will need nerves of steel to handle those sessions. Yes, the task is uphill. Yes, the venue has been unkind, but remember, fighting back is in India's DNA. We have seen it in Melbourne, at Lord's, and countless other times when the world counted India out.
All right, India have made 3 changes in their playing 11. Nitish Reddy comes in, Washington Sundar, and also Akash Deep is part of the playing 11. There is no Jasprit Bumrah, so no Sai Sudharsan also. Shardul Thakur has also been replaced by Nitish Reddy. Washington Sundar comes in for Sai Sudharsan, who batted at number 3. And for Bumrah, Akash Deep is part of the playing 11. And as far as the toss is concerned, England, they have again won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. And history suggests, Narayan, in the last 4 tests, whoever has bowled first at Edgbaston, they have gone on to win the test matches. And we saw in the pre-match press conference also that Ben Stokes also looked very confident. If you talk about Harry Brook also, they are all very confident that they can chase anything over 250 in the 4th innings.
Definitely, as you said, that the record of the England team. Take a look in the 6 instances in Baseball era, they have chased 250 plus runs.
Yes.
And to discuss and to analyze this match, we are joined by our special experts and former cricketer Noel David and Mala Nirav. A very warm welcome to the show. And David, the way things happened, 3 changes India made and no Jasprit Bumrah. So how you look this decision? Because we have never seen a team after losing initial first 2 matches winning a series. It happened, I think, only one time. It was during the time of the Don Bradman. Do you think resting Bumrah for this match, it's not a good decision?
Not happy. I'm not happy with the 3 changes at all. Yes, you can make 1 odd change because that's the combination which you are breaking now. You know, you already have pressure. You're going with a lot of pressure into the second test because you lost 1 already. You're going into Edgbaston with a team with inexperienced bowling attack. Only 1 experienced bowler, that is Mohammad Siraj. Okay, he is also not bowling well. Who's the other bowlers to come out there and take 20 wickets? As the captain said, we need to take 20 wickets.
Yes.
Who's there to take 20 wickets for you? Okay. I would have preferred Shardul Thakur being dropped and Washington Sundar coming in place of him. That's it. Yes, you should have convinced Bumrah to play because it is crucial test match where if you lose this, then there's a lot of pressure. You need to win the other 3 to win the series. Now, where are we standing? We are standing under hot pillar. All right, hot pillar. We are on standing. If you don't deliver what management wants, then I think we are under a firing line because you see, England have not made any changes to their team.
Yes.
They are going with the same team and the same combination. And the pressure is on the Indian team now. They are going to bat. 1 specialist batsman dropped, that is Sai Sudharsan. They brought in Nitish Reddy Kumar. Yes, he has done well in BGT, agreeable. But after that, he has not performed well neither in IPL or the remaining test series of the BGT 1 or 2. But I would have felt if they have stuck to 1 change, then the Indian team would have been in a driving seat in this test match.
And there are 2 spinners, Noel, in the playing 11, Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar. But again, Kuldeep Yadav, your best spinner by far, is not part of the playing 11. And Shubman Gill also said at the toss that we were tempted to play Kuldeep Yadav, but looking at the last match, our lower order didn't do that well, so decided to add some depth to the batting. Malay, are you happy with the 3 changes that Indians have made for this test?
Agree with Noel David. You are comparing the winning combination with the losing combination.
Yeah.
The winning combination has the right to get retained. The losing combination doesn't have that right, And especially when your number 3 is performing in a way in which you are getting out on a duck in the first innings and in the 30s in the second innings, how do you provide stability to your batting? You have to look for someone like Washington Sundar where the depth of batting can be ascertained. That's number 1. Number 2 is that it was a very well-known fact yesterday. The assistant coach of the Indian team had made it very clear that Bumrah would probably be rested for this one and would be preserved for the third one. What if Bumrah had played and India had lost? Well, that is what you can't expect Bumrah to do the miracle for you in every match.
Yeah.
So give him a chance, give him a break. And I'm very happy that he's not playing, to be honest. I tend to disagree. I have been watching matches since 1990 and reporting on cricket since 1992. I think it's a very sensible decision by a young captain and a young team which wants to see and give confidence to the youngsters. That's number 2. Number 3, you see, if you look at Kuldeep Yadav, I was a bit surprised. I thought that he would be in because he had been doing quite well. But then your own captain is saying that, well, we want to rest him looking at the previous match, we want to rest him. And Washington Sundar to add some depth to the batting because, it's all it's a bonhomie for you if you have batted well and if you have scored 300 odd runs without losing 2 or 3 wickets. But what happens when everything collapses like a pack of cards in the last 7 wickets are gone? A matter of 10 runs. If you have lost the match while giving a target of 370 odd runs plus runs to your opponents, you would not like to take that chance again. You would like to go in for the depth in the batting.
Yes.
Now, as Akash Deep is concerned, I think it is a good idea to get Akash Deep to bowl because he will do something. And don't forget about the wicket. There were grassy patches in the wicket. The wicket is dry. And this wicket doesn't have enough moisture. So when the wicket was tested by the Indian captains and the Indian management yesterday, it was quite clear that they would like to play 2 spinners. And that is what they're going to be doing. Well, Washington Sundar or Kuldeep, well, that is one point where the balance may tilt towards one or the other. But overall, it looks a quite balanced team to me. And I'm sure things are not going to be easy because the skies are overcast. They have won the toss that they would have wanted to. And then they're going to bowl first.
Yes, first session will be very crucial since India is batting first. Gaurav is also with us from the newsroom. Gaurav, Shubman Gill has already said right before the series that he's going to bat at number 4. So who's going to bat at number 3? Sai Sudharsan batted in the first test at number 3. They're left with Karun Nair.
Yeah, Karun has the ability of playing the game, and he has shown in the earlier also. But yes, I would like to say that if you count on Karun Nair, it's a good decision by Shubman Gill that he has still carry on Karun Nair on his side because experience also counts. But if you talk about especially if we talk about the Bumrah. I think that they should have Bumrah in this side because what I think that this is a do or die for you.
Yes.
Because if you lost over here in Edgbaston, you will be going down by 2-0.
Yes.
So it will be really very difficult for you to come from 2-0 to come for another side. So this decision, because all we know that Bumrah is not being dropped due to injury. He is dropped because they have to schedule his workload. So it can be managed because if you have him in this playing 11, he can give the result in any other way. And if you won this test, then you will be all in the 1-1. It's a 1-1 all. So you can give him rest on a third or a fourth test. You have options over there. But sitting down Bumrah on the bench and coming up with the Mohammad Siraj and Akash Deep. Yeah, Mohammad Siraj has played over here. He has shown great ability. In the last when he's played in 2022, he's taken 4 wickets over there. But experience what counts, and in which this team is now lacking on that front. And if we talk about pace battery. If we talk about on the spinners, I will, okay, Washington, you have taken Washington Sundar because he can bat also, so it giving you a length on a batting side also. But this time you should need a good spinner just like Kuldeep Yadav, because he has the ability of varieties that could engage English batsmen and keep them on the back foot. So these two decisions is, I think, that
Right.
little bit surprise over there. But overall, if we see this side, this is a quite balanced team.
Right, as you mentioned, Gaurav's a balanced team, but as we know that things are against India in the first test match, we saw the way things happen. India lost the match from an unlosable position. David, do you think this team, in the absence of the Bumrah, has the ability to turn it around?
See, it's very important to understand that he's been a spearhead for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about the workload. We are talking about everything to, save Bumrah for the, whatever 3 matches he has opted to play. But remember, after the last test match to now, we had 10 days of rest. Whatever workload, they must have worked on it. As my fellow guest has said, that Bumrah has to be rested because of it. But this is the important test match
Yes.
which we have to understand. We lose this, you have to win the rest of the 3 to win the series.
Yes.
And that is a big question mark. That's a big. Can we sustain without Bumrah, which we have seen last time in BGT? When Bumrah was not there, we really literally suffered in the bowling attack. And with Siraj being the only experienced bowler, where is the other? Akash Deep, yes, he may be a little bit helpful. But what about the others? Who will support Mohammad Siraj? If Siraj comes back into that glory of form where he'll come and wreck the side, take 3 quick wickets, but the rest, who will support him? That's more important. If Bumrah's there, your bowling unit, plus, the pressure what he puts on the opposition will be a plus point to the Indian team because they're always a bit on a back foot when they play Bumrah. We have seen that in the first test, in the first inning. Second inning, he did bowl well. As we say, catches win matches.
Yes.
Catches have been left. So I think the bowling unit, I feel it's weak at present. Without Bumrah, we will not win a test match. If he's there, then the other guys will have that extra boost in them. When Bumrah is always there, they come with the pumping. That's more important. See, last match, yes, we are not saying we bowled badly. We were there. If the catches were taken, I think we would have been a different side in the last test match. 6 catches we dropped and gave away 202 runs. So imagine, that 202 runs we could have saved if all the catches would have been taken. Yes, catches will be dropped, but not 6 catches in a test match. That's too much. So we have to understand there is ifs and buts, but we need to cover that ifs and buts right now. And we have done a big mistake by giving rest.
But Noel, since we are talking about Bumrah, I mean, I have one stats. I mean, since 2024-25 Australia tour, Jasprit Bumrah has picked up 29 test wickets and at an average of 16.75. And if we talk about rest of the bowlers, they have taken a combined 46 wickets at 47.22. So that's the impact that Bumrah can create. But Noel, you're talking about that we are weak in bowling in this test match, but I'm concerned about batting also. Yashasvi Jaiswal, KL Rahul, Karun Nair and Shubman Gill. Only 4 specialist batsmen, Rishabh Pant at number 5, Reddy and then 5 bowlers. You think this decision could backfire also?
That's why I said, go with one change. At least you're going with, the same batting order. So look, everyone who gets it, I have played for the country. I know when you're given a cap and debut, you have that pressure. You have that pressure to perform. You have so many people watching you. It must have been the same nerves with Sai Sudharsan. He's very capable. He's a batsman who can get runs. He's got 30 in the second inning. You can understand his setup then. where he's coming from. An opportunity. If you are giving him this test match one more go, I think he would have shown his class. He's a class guy. He's a great, good batsman. See, this is England is a series where you have been tested. It is not tough, easy series. It's a very difficult series when you go to England and debut. We have seen a lot of guys debuting, but they've been very successful also. So why not? You stick to you stick to that guy. You are now even weakened a bit of your batting. Your specialist
Really,
batsmen are dropped. You brought in Nitish Reddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Washington Sundar. Yes, I would have preferred Washington Sundar in place of Shardul Thakur. You would have strengthened your your middle order, because Washi is a very good batsman also. All right. But now where are you? You're going with two all-rounders. One is Washington Sundar and one with Nitish Reddy Kumar.
David, as you mentioned, always it is difficult to play in English condition, because we know that in last time we won in 2007. Malay, coming to you, if we talk about Jasprit Bumrah, we were continuously discussing his presence or absence.
Let us not make it into discussion.
But
with due apologies to all of you, let us not make into a discussion where we assume we have lost the match. The match hasn't started yet, right? It is not that we have not won ever without Bumrah there. And
absolutely. Let's try. Yes, Malay, you're right. Let's try to think positive.
Think positive.
Yes.
Let me also make one point. The Lord's wicket is going to be much more tricky than what it is here in Edgbaston. We have seen Lord's, and I know how it plays. So,
yes, that's how Indian management would have thought, Malay. But yes, the most important thing for India is now to throw the counter punch almost immediately.
Let me just tell you give you one more piece of statistics, which doesn't always work in cricket the way we assume and we think. 13 wickets and 73 runs from the lower order and the tailenders in the first match. How much? 13 wickets and 73 runs. Now we are saying there's no depth in India's batting. Where is the depth gone? Just because Sai Sundar is not there, there's no depth. You have Washington Sundar, you have Reddy. So who are the ones who will not perform? Look at the batting lineup of India. You just look at it. Yashasvi Jaiswal, KL Rahul, Karun Nair, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Nitish Reddy, Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar. Number 8. Now you have Akash Deep, Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna. 3 at the end. So if you have a batting order which goes right up to number 8 with hopes being kept alive by the people who have shown their skills.
Yeah, Malay, as you mentioned,
that's how we need to think also, yes.
Depth in the batting, but
yes.
The way we are pointing out that the way in the last match we saw the top order played.
We are writing off Prasidh Krishna, we are writing off Akash Deep, we are saying only Bumrah can do wonders. Bumrah is a wonderful player, preserve him. What if his injury gets revived?
Yeah.
And you are left with no Bumrah for the last 3 matches. And when Lord a problem for you much bigger.
So hoping that India will be in a dominant position again here, and we are hoping that they will go to level the series. One quick reaction from you, Gaurav. The way things happened in the previous match, India lost from a winnable position. So what do you think? What India should do different in this test match?
Yes.
What should be different strategy this time around?
Forget about it, and you have to be very positive about your fielding also, because in the last match you were in the match, you were there in the match, and you were and if we can say that you can also win that match, but you have lost because you have you shown the poor fielding. You dropped 6 catches over there. So if you drop so much catches, then how can you think that you are going to win? And another thing. The last 5 batsmen, you have scored a good run on the opening card, but if we come about the last 5 batters, they haven't performed up to their mark. So in these 2 sectors, they have to really work very hard, because I would like to say that every time we go whenever we lost the test match, we just bound the bomb on the bowlers. No. It's not only all the time bowlers. The batters has also the dependency, because in the last match, that's what we have seen. You have a good control batting first, you have a good control in batting second, but your last 5 batters haven't performed well. So these 2 sectors, you have to improve yourself. And one important thing, that the captain, Shubman Gill, he should be out of all these things, out of all these circumstances, out of all these talks, and he should be very much positive. And if you have taken Akash Deep and Mohammad Siraj and the other guys, you have to lead from the front, and which he has shown in his batting. But I would like to say that there was little bit different in the bowling side.
Absolutely. The news is that England, they have won the toss and India will be batting first, and India have made 3 changes. England, they are going in with the same playing 11. A lot will depend on the Indian opening pair, Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul in the first session. Very quickly, we are running short of time. Malay, what's your gut feeling? India doing well in this test match?
Not a good one for it at Edgbaston. They will win.
All right, Noel, very quickly.
It's going to be a good one, but at the same time, we have to watch what we are capable of doing at Edgbaston, looking at the records.
But Abhishek, as we mentioned in the past, Indian team has done this thing. If you talk about the Adelaide test, when India visited Australia, we lost the first test match.
Yes.
We don't have Virat Kohli, we don't have Bumrah, we don't have R. Ashwin. And despite of that, we went on to win the series down under. So hoping that that trend will continue. We know that this Indian team has the capability to win from nowhere. We saw that in the previous decade when they lost 9 consecutive test matches, and after that they ruled the decade. Hoping that that trend will continue.
Absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining in. Noel, Malay and Gaurav, thank you for being part of the show.
Thanks a lot.
Well, that's all we have in this edition of Test of Titans. We'll keep getting you updates as the match progresses. Stay tuned. Namaskar.
Namaskar.